Hey everybody, today I'm going to talk about motherhood and kind of how I've navigated that and being sober and, kind of getting to meetings and all the things that I've been suggested to stay sober, which I do these days and have done since the beginning of my sobriety this time. When I got sober this time, my daughter was nearly 3 years old, and I've shared that I was in an intensive outpatient program for the first 4 months of getting sober. I needed that additional support in the evening, and the program went 6 to 9 o'clock, and that was my bewitching hour of when I would typically start drinking. So it was really helpful to me to be in that kind of environment during my first few months. But when I was done, it was up to me 100%, of course, to parent my daughter, manage my daughter, take care of my daughter. And I learned that I went to noontime meetings. So there are often, depending on the group size, meetings that happen at 12 p.m. And I would figure out during my work day how to sneak out for lunch, and I would go to a meeting so I could get a meeting in a day. Additionally, the group that I went to my first year that I was sober, that I was a part of, and it was my home group for the first 6 years, were phenomenally graceful to me. My daughter was very well behaved, and the way their room was set up is they had a room with chairs in it where the meetings would be conducted, but then they had a large kitchen area that had a walkthrough, and in the meeting room it had a direct line of sight to a table sitting in the kitchen. And they allowed me to bring my daughter and put her in the kitchen, and she had some headphones on and she would watch some shows since she was very little. And they were also amazing because she loved to do something called hold hands. So at the very end of the meeting, most groups, you kind of go around in a circle, you hold hands and you say some kind of prayer, whether it be the Serenity Prayer, the Our Father. So it's very much a tradition with many groups that happens at the end of the meeting. And she would absolutely love, when it was time to hold hands and come out and say the prayer. There were Sunday morning meetings. It was a step 10, 11, 12 meeting, and there were some phenomenal old timers in there. There must have been 100 people in this meeting, and there was a large group of very older, tenured in the program gentlemen. And whenever I would see my child, she would have another donut in her mouth because every single one of them were feeding her donuts. And she got a kick of going on the Sunday meetings, needless to say. And it was a pretty cool experience. A couple of years ago, her grandfather on her dad's side had passed away and decided to go to that funeral. She wanted to go, so we headed down to Austin to attend, and it was a Catholic mass. And at one point, one of the prayers during the mass was saying the Our Father, and she knew the prayer solely because she would hold hands at the end of the meeting and say the prayer with us. So that was really cool that she picked up on that. But these days, I'll take her with me to open meetings. She's at an age where, she can stay home by herself. It's also something, and I mention this word a lot, but controversially, I have to put my sobriety ahead of my daughter regarding working my program. The reason is, if I don't stay sober and in recovery and stay peaceful, I will not be a good parent at all. I will not be a good mom. I won't show up. I won't do the things that she deserves and how I should show up for her. So it's very important to me that I put my program at the very, very top to stay sober and to be the best mom that I can be to her and the mom that she deserves. So thank you.